Hi there, Caroline here with a quick Photoshop tutorial again. I was just working in my project life and I wanted to make an insert here, just half size or 3/4 size, to document some secret journaling that I wanted to write about that I didn't want to be on view. So to make this insert, I'm going to use some of the scrapbook papers that came from the colours kit. And so I just subscribed digitally. So I've just opened up this black and white dots, which I thought would go quite well with what I've already got going on that side of the paper. On that side of the page, and the other this was a paper, and then the other one I liked was this one, which was a vellum. So I'm going to print these out and create my page divider here. So the first thing I want to do is to go File, New, Blank File. And then I'm in the UK, so I go down to International Paper, A4, and I click OK. So now I've got a piece of A4. I actually want it to be landscape, so I'm going to go Image, Rotate 90 degrees. There we go, it's landscape. So I'm going to have it going across the top here. So now I'm going to pull that spotted paper by clicking on it and holding it and letting it go, and that pulls it onto the background, and I'm going to click and hold it and shuffle it over to the left there. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to print this out, and then I'm going to print the vellum sheet out on a piece of vellum and cut it, and it will get stitched along here straight down to cover this bit where I'll do my journaling. So my journaling will be on here, the vellum will be stitched over the top so it won't be too visible, and then I've got this patterned paper. But I also thought I quite like the idea of bringing in some of the embellishments which I've got open down here, and I like this one, so I'm going to pull this one up, remember these times. And I'm going to put it down here somewhere, and then get hold of the corner and just drag it down so that it fits on top of one of those spots roughly. You can always use your arrow keys here just to move it very slightly and nudge it across, and then when you're happy with where it is, you click OK or check mark. And then the other one I quite liked, if I open my photo bin again, was this one that said another memory. But I wanted this on its side, so you get hold of this round marker here, and keeping your finger on your mouse, you turn it until you've got it where you want it. And then I'm going to click it and hold it and put it maybe in this one here. So I'm going to shrink it down till it's roughly the same size. I'm going to put a photograph on here, so I'm thinking that that'll just peep out from under the photograph, which will be on here. So I'm thinking that looks okay for the paper. And then for the vellum, if you open the vellum, I decided that I wanted this to be a bit more opaque. No, less opaque, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go File, Open. No, I'm not. I'm going to go File, New, Blank File, and I'm going to get another sheet of A4 from the International Paper. Okay. And this time I'm just going to put it on there that way up. And I'm going to push it up to the top. And then it doesn't fit here, so I'm going to go right over here, and I'm going to right click and duplicate this layer and click OK, and then I can pull it down and overlap where it joins there, so I've got a seamless join there. Now looking at this, I decided I wanted it a bit paler, so if you go up here to where you've got the opacity and you dial it down you can see that it goes weaker here at the bottom, this one. So I'm going to go down to about 60, and the same on this layer. Click on that layer, then click on the opacity and take that one down to 60. So you can see that over here that's made it go lighter. But where the two overlap, I've got this dark line, and to start with I thought, well, I'll just cut that. But I quite like it, I've decided, because it emphasises the wording which I wanted to bring out. So I'm going to leave it, I think. I quite like that. So I'll show you what they look like printed out. So this is what it looks like printed out. So I'm quite happy with that. And this is what that looks like. So on the right here, where I've got my plain cardboard, I'm going to do my journaling, and then I'm going to stitch this down this side so that you'll be able to lift it, or I'll be able to lift it. And then my photograph I'm going to put here so that it overlaps there. What I've also done is, which is important, is I've punched the holes in it so that all my inserts aren't always at the bottom. So this one is going to be nearer the top, so that some of the thickness in the album is nearer the top. So I've punched the holes in a different place. Often when I do my travel, which is here, I do it at the bottom, but that means all your thickness is always at the bottom. So sometimes I put them at the top. And the other thing I've done here is I've done it so that you can see that through there. So I'm always turning backwards and forwards to check that things look okay. And that ties in quite nicely with the colours on that side of the page. So I'll go off and start stitching. If you want to see what it looks like, then join me over on my Instagram, Canny Crafter. Thanks.